The one thing I want to talk about is basically not to quit. So know, a lot of people say don't quit, and if you don't quit, you're still going to win. I don't think that's true. At the end of the day, just because you do something long enough, if you don't do the right things, you're still not going to have any success. But again, success is means different things to different people. You know, there's something that a lot of people talk about today is uh, life work balance or work life balance. I don't think there is such a thing, work life balance. I don't think anyone should put that pressure on themselves, whether or not, hey, listen, if you like your life and you're happy and you're making 50 grand a year, then great, that's awesome. Because there's a lot of rich people out there that are miserable. If you like to work your ass off, excuse my language, but if you like to work hard, if you're a Frank DeLeo and just want to work hard all the time, and hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't judge people based on where they're at or what their work life balance is. Everyone's work life balance is different. So I want to prelude that. I want to bring that up because I don't want you to I want you to think that my story is your story. I don't want you to think that what I was willing to do is something that you need to be willing to do. Everybody's in a different place in their life. Everyone has, the things that are important to them. As long as you're happy, just keep doing it. Okay. But one thing, keep in the back of your mind, obviously manage expectations. Because if you expect to have great success but not put the work into it or the sacrifice, then that's just delusion. Or vice versa. If you don't want to, if you want a happy family life, marriage, great relationship with your kids, but you're not willing to put the time into them, then again, it's just being delusional. So again, don't judge each other, don't judge others, and don't let anyone make you feel bad about where you're at. Okay? This conversation, this talk right now is about where I came from and what I was able to do, and that was because of a lot of different factors. So, when I first started out in the industry, I had no financial background whatsoever. For those of you who don't know me, this is the first time. That's great. Those of you who heard my story, too bad you're going to hear it again. I grew up basically in an immigrant family, like most people do here in Canada. I grew up in Ontario housing, or what you call assisting housing. My father, unfortunately, didn't work because he had bipolar disorder. My mom worked, raised six of us on her own. I was forced to go to work along with all my, not when I say forced, it means, just basically helping the family. No one forced me to do anything. But, my entire family had to go to work to put food on the table, pay the bills and all that kind of stuff. So, it was just the way of life, and there was nothing wrong with it. And then one day, I had a job working since I was 13 years old as a busboy, I worked in washing dishes. I was a waiter. I delivered. I did everything. I pretty much did a lot of jobs just because I thought that's exactly what you're supposed to do: work, pay your bills, and if there's anything left over, have some fun. And I'll tell you something. I did have a lot of fun growing up in high school and after high school. I played in a band. My first meeting to get into financial services, I had hair down to here. If you could see that, I wore an earring. I had cowboy boots, leather jacket, wore jeans. I did that. That was basically my life. I thought I was going to be a star. But that didn't happen, obviously. But I saw something, and someone told me that I could change my life if I got into financial services. I didn't know what financial services was. I didn't know anything about money because I didn't have any money. I didn't know what an RSP was. I didn't know anything. All I heard was someone saying that I can make a good living and I can change my life. So I said, okay, why not? Let's give it a shot. Now, unbeknownst to me, it was a lot of work was required in order for you to become successful. And although I worked hard, I didn't know, what to do. And there's a lot of people out there struggling right now. One of the things I had to do was get a license. Anyone struggling with getting a license or anyone struggling with getting a license, hey, listen, I graduated high school, but the only reason why I graduated high school is because music was way up there and brought my average up. But, I wrote my exam at least 9 times. And there was an exam center down. This is a cute story. There was an exam center down on Mount Pleasant, downtown Toronto. And when I started writing the exam, they just started building this new office tower right beside the building that I used to go in. And and get the write the exam. By the time I passed, they were moving furniture into this building. Okay, that's how long it took me to write the exam. Now, obviously, that's not true. It's funny, but I just want everyone to know you don't quit. You just keep going. You just keep doing what you got to do. I wanted to say something before I started here. Darren did a great job yesterday, and he told me, I said I'm not used to speaking in front of just a screen and a camera and not seeing people. I like to feed off people's energy and make those connections because that's the type of person I am. But he said to me, he says, Mauro, just picture the people in front of you with no clothes on. And unfortunately, I'm at the office, and the only person that's here is Frank DeLeo, and that's not working. Like, picturing him with his clothes off is just not working right now. Just thought I'd throw that right in there, guys. I wish I could hear you laugh and everything, and maybe you're just rolling your eyes, but that's all cool, right? Hey, listen, I just got to tell you something. If you don't quit, that's half the work. You got half the job done. But being committed and doing what's required of you to win, and again, it's up to you. You decide what your work-life balance is. There was a time when I was in my former company. I was behind many payments on my mortgage. I had a repo guy coming to my house who was going to take my car away from me. I had to beg him not to. I had to borrow money from everyone. And that wasn't the fault of the company. That wasn't the fault of anything except for the fact that maybe I wasn't doing the right things, or maybe I wasn't working hard enough. But that was on me. But you know what? As time went on, I found out that there was different things out there for me to do. We got introduced to Experior, and doing the things that are required of you sometimes don't get you the results. Okay? You don't get the results you want, even though you're working your freaking ass off. And I apologize if anyone gets offended by my language, but listen. We were fortunate enough to meet a couple, and no matter how hard you work, if you're not presented with the right opportunities and the right people in your life, you're never going to have the success that you should. We were fortunate to be introduced to this couple here, Jamie and Leanne Prickett. You guys have heard from them on the weekend, and you know what? We're just blessed. I was prepared. Someone says you're lucky. Luck is when preparation and opportunity meet. And I believe that's where Frank and I were, and Val, when we first met these visionaries. We had the preparation, we put in the hard work, and then we met Jamie and Leanne. And Jamie and Leanne had a vision of making a company that is going to not only change the lives of the families we serve by giving them the best products they can have, and giving them an opportunity to have multiple avenues to better serve them. But they set out a mission to make advisors' lives change. And when you plug into a couple or a CEO or president, or just people who have that vision, you're not always going to be on the same page. Sometimes you fight, sometimes you disagree, but I got to tell you something. This is my 5th year now at Experior, and although we haven't always been on the same page and we disagree, and at the end of the day, we still love and respect each other. But I'll tell you one thing that I've learned. I'm going to look right at the camera. Hopefully this is working. Jamie and Leanne Prickett definitely want what's best for this company and for you. I learned that. The more and more I go through this, the longer I'm in this company, the more I see that. And although there's times where you get fooled, or sometimes your ego gets in the way and all that kind of stuff, sometimes that clouds your vision. But they always seem to step up and show you that this is the place to be, and that they got our back. They really, really do. So once we started, we started with Experior. Again, having the vision is one thing, but without vision, you can't build a team. And I got to tell you, there's a bunch of people in this picture right now, and I've always said this. I am nothing. Frank DeLeo is nothing. Darren Goka, all the great leaders in this company, all of you, you're nothing without your team. But if you can sell your team out to a vision, that comes from the people who started this company, and you have something that you can really grow and get behind and make sure that people are pushing towards success for themselves. So team is everything to me. You always have to be there for your team. I'm what I believe wholeheartedly in servant leadership. Ask people what you can do for them versus looking at them and what they can do for you and how you can get your next promotion and all that kind of stuff. That's not how it works. It may work in some places and it may work for you in a short period of time, but you're never going to build anything with any substantial foundation or strength or anything like that. I'm blessed to be surrounded by so many freaking people in this company. I can't even begin to mention all the names of people that are my leaders. The Francis Sindays, the Tareks, there's just so many of them. But there's a couple of them that I really want to recognize. There's Daniel Prete and Ashley Prete. Like these two, I've known them since they were puppies in the business, and I love and respect them like you would believe. They just got married last year, have a child, and their life is going to change. And they are great leaders, and they're loyal, and they do everything that is required of them, not for me, but for their family. Ashley and Daniel, I'm so proud of you and love the fact that I'm in business with you. I'm so proud to be part of that. We just brought in Mario Francella, who's gone through a lot of different companies, a lot of different places, a great leader, a great trainer, all that stuff. He's going to be a huge impact in a lot of people's lives, and I'm just so proud of him. I got Frank and Rose DeTore, so much adversity, so much pain that they went through in the past year, losing their parents, Rose losing her parents, and Frank losing his father, but they stayed strong, and they're always supportive. They're always there for everyone, man. You can't build a team without great leaders. You can have vision, and you can have, a small team, but without leaders helping you build that, you're not going to have anything. So I'm just so blessed to be in business with them. These are only a few people. There's so many people in Experior alone. Never mind my hierarchy in my business that I'm so proud to be in business with. And you guys are going to go through a lot of crap. Just keep pushing through, man. Just keep pushing through. Make sure that you do what's best for you and your family at all times, and you will be rewarded. Nothing would ever have been done without these two guys right here. My brothers, Laval and Frank. Promised myself anyways I wouldn't get emotional. But without these two guys, we wouldn't be here. We went through a lot. For those of you who don't know our story, we went through a big lawsuit with our former company just because they were afraid of what we could do with Jamie and Leanne. And, without them, we wouldn't be where we are. So I really appreciate you both. Having brothers, having people in the what we call the foxhole buddies, the ones that when you're down, they're there to pick you up, the ones that are there to make sure that you can depend on them. Man, that's so huge. So if you can find someone in your business, in your on your team, and that could be anyone, it could be in your downline or sidelines or uplines, for those of you who understand what I'm saying, keeping that relationship, that strength, you need people to hold you up, push you up when you're feeling down, and make sure that they carry you when you need to be carried, but you got to be willing to carry them too at the same time. From there, you build a partnership. Frank and Yolanda have been with me for 20 years now, and I've been with them since they started, dating. They have a wonderful family. They're fantastic people, big heart. I'm the godfather. I'm blessed to be the godfather of their daughter, Sophia, and they just bring me joy every day. But Frankie, looking right at you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you very much for giving me the strength to push through on a daily basis. You're a stud. You're a champ. And I love and appreciate you all the time. So, let's talk about what we could do. I love Experior, man. My legacy. I get to live a legacy for these people right here. Because of Experior, I get to change their lives. That's my wife, Mara, my son, Philip, my eldest, and my youngest, Christian. I grew up, like I said to you, in a family that we stuck together. We did what we had to do, but we had zero opportunity. We didn't have any money. I played no sports growing up. I didn't know, till today, I still don't know how to skate. I was born in Canada, and I don't know how to skate, which is kind of shameful. But anyways, I didn't have that example of a father to help me get through those things, and that's okay. He was sick. But I refuse to let that happen to my family. My boys are going to get everything they want, everything they deserve. My wife is the main reason for that. I'll talk about her in a little bit. But I'll tell you something. Because of Experior, I don't have to worry about finances anymore. My old previous company, and I was there for 19 years, although we made a six-figure income, was constantly worried about money, constantly, because it just didn't seem to be enough. And God bless my wife; she stuck behind me even while I was in there. But at the end of the day, right now we don't worry too much about it, and that's not about. And again, I hope everyone can see and hear my message. It's not about me and my life. It's what Experior has allowed me to do for the people that are most important for me, okay, or to me, sorry, and what I'm able to do for them. You know, my eldest son, Philip, I started coaching baseball because of him. I didn't even like baseball, but now I love it. I started coaching baseball when he was younger, and he developed a passion for it, and he got the opportunity to be recruited on a competitive high-level team in the CPBL called Team Ontario. And, to play with Team Ontario, you need some raw ability, obviously, which Philip has, which I'm blessed and happy for him. But there's a lot of training that has to be done. There's a lot of traveling that has to be done. It costs $20,000 a year just for my son to play baseball. And I don't have to think about it. I do it because it's his passion, because anything I wanted growing up, I couldn't have. And because the opportunity of Experior and the great leaders around me, I'm able to give Philip everything he wants. We hired a recruiting, he's in grade 11, and we hired a recruiting company that's up in the U.S., so he's got some scholarship opportunities to go play in the U.S. at the college level. That could never happen wherever I was prior. Never, ever happened where I was before. And I get to do that for my son because I worked hard with the best company in the world, but also because he deserves to live his dreams. Why should I deny him that? Christian, my younger son, same thing. He started in just the regular baseball league, and now, he just started this year with Team Ontario also. And why not? Why not? If it was years ago, if it was, 6-7 years ago, this wouldn't be happening. I'd have to say, no, guys, you're going to have to just keep doing what you're doing. And there's nothing wrong with that. Having fun and playing sports and doing those things, it's cool. But to be able to give my kids an opportunity to play at a high level, to push them to levels that they could never be pushed, to be able to get them an opportunity to play in the U.S., man, that is huge. But that's my story. That's what I'm willing to work for. I don't know what your story is. I don't know what you're willing to do. And again, life-work balance, that's your choice. That's your decision on how hard you're going to work, whether it be on your family life or your business life, but to get the things that you want, to be able to give your family what they deserve or what you want to give them. Fun in the sun, going to St. Martin, different places, which I couldn't afford to go to before, building a beautiful, little oasis in my backyard. Not a big deal, but we keep adding to it. This picture's a little old, but there's now a big cabana out there and stuff, and we just keep changing things. And again, this isn't about me. This is about the opportunity that Experior gave me 5 short years ago, guys. 5 years. This isn't so. Although I've been in the industry 25 years, my life didn't change until 5 years ago because of the great leadership at head office and the great leaders I've surrounded myself with and I'm blessed to have. None of this would be possible if it wasn't for this woman, my wife, Mauro. She's the glue that holds everything together. If you don't have your partner on board with you, then you need to get them on board. Male or female, whatever it is, you need to get them on board. there were so many days that we struggled and she cried and we couldn't make payments, and she didn't. She always supported me when we were struggling in this business. She was always there. She never put me down, never made me feel bad. Although in the back of her mind, she tells me today that, thank God you left, because life has really changed. And people made you feel small over there. You're here. We love all of you and want to make you all feel big and give you the opportunity to do anything you can. If it wasn't for this woman here, I wouldn't be the man I am today. My kids wouldn't be who they are. My business wouldn't be where it is. I'm just so grateful to have a partnership with my wife, Mauro. But at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for you. You have to do what you're willing to do to change your life. And again, don't let anyone make you feel bad. Don't let anyone make you feel that you're not doing enough. All you can do is all you can do. And that's what Daniel said yesterday. And all you can do is enough. But there's so much more I know you can do. I know that if you dig deep down inside, I know that if you just fight a little bit more, and you want a little bit more, and you do a little bit more, you're going to have greatness in your life. You're going to be successful. You're going to have happiness. And you're going to have a wonderful future. I love and appreciate everyone here at Experior, brand new, old, even you, Sheldon, and all the people that I've surrounded myself with. God bless you all. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Love and appreciate you. Can't wait for next year when we get to see everyone live.